Hello everybody, I'm Ramses, and I'm here for another edition of Ramsis Retro Longplays, and today we are going to do an Amiga computer playthrough of one of my favorite games growing up on the Amiga, and it was on various systems, and it actually made its way all the way to 16-bit systems, and then 32-bit systems. It was all over the place, but it all started for me on a Amiga in 1992, and it is Civilization. That's right, the first version of Sid Meier's Civilization, and I was fortunate enough to play the Amiga version growing up, and I was in love with the series the second I played it. Still enjoy it to this day, and we will be looking at other versions of Civilization, as well as later versions of Civilization, which is 2, 3, and 4. We'll probably stop there, because that's where the retro period ends. But yes, we're going to start with one of my favorites. I've been waiting a long time to check this one out again, and what better reason than for a nice retro long play. So, on the original version I had, it was on 4 discs, and that's just how it was. It was those small little discs that you had to keep popping in, the 3x5, the hard ones, and you had to keep replacing. I only had 1 drive. I think I had 2 drive at the time, which made it a little better, but yeah, it was very annoying. You had to keep switching it. Eventually, it was put onto a CD, or at least our good friends in the Amiga world put it on a CD so you can play it right through Workbench, which is like the operating system of the Amiga. So that's what we have here. We have an Amiga loaded up, and we have the CD with all the Amiga games on it. And when you click on this, you see you get the Civilization. That's the original version I played. That's what we're going to play. Or the AGA, which was graphically better. That was for the better Amigas. They had the AGA, had some brighter colors, a little better sound, a little better graphics, but same exact game, just a little better. I'm playing old school. This is the version I grew up with, the original Civilization. So, yep, we're going to have fun. This is going to take a few episodes. This is going to be a long interactive play. If you're a fan of Civilization, you've come to the right place. And if you don't know much about the original Civilization, you've also come to the right place, because we're going to do a fun playthrough. This is not going to be pro strats. I always stress this. This is not going to be pro strats. Wow, that's the best I ever know. This is going to be a fun, let's play a game type of playthrough here on Ramsis Retro Longplays. So if you're looking for the professional, I can beat this in 30 turns with all chariots. No, if you're looking for a fun, let's see what this game has to offer and why it's so much fun, then yes, I'm glad you're here. So before we get that all started, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell, please. We enjoy your company here. And don't forget, this is all spun off of our main channel, Vespers Retro Reviews. So if you like retro, and who doesn't, come to our main channel, Vespers Retro Reviews, where the 70s, 80s, 90s, and early 2000s is alive and well and not going anywhere anytime soon. With that all out of the way, let's start our playthrough of Civilization on the Amiga computer system. We're going to play the original version, and I can't wait to look at this again. Alright, so you can play with the mouse and keyboard, or just a keyboard. Really, it doesn't make a difference. You can play this game just fine with a keyboard. It's not like you're doing anything except moving. But yes, have the mouse and keyboard. It makes your life much easier. So, of course, we'll do mouse and keyboard. So we can start a new game. That would just be a randomly generated map. It's not Earth, but it's just Earth-like features on it. It's all going to be middle of the level stuff. You don't get to customize anything. Load a save game, that's when you want to pick up where you left off, because this game's long. You're not going to play this all in one session unless you're crazy and you want to play this for hours upon hours, absolutely. But usually you will save a game and then you can load it. Earth, that's playing on exactly Earth. It's going to be, well, I don't want to say exactly. It's not really to scale. The scale is way off, and they fix this in later civilizations where they make the map much bigger. It's a very small map, but it is Earth. It is the shape of Earth, and you will start where your civilizations would be on Earth, but the map is very small. That's the one play everyone has. Customized world, you can change the options. You can make some things bigger, older, newer, better. One day we'll do that, but right now, let's do Earth. You know, I think that's the easiest way to show you Sid Meier's civilization. I've customized. Usually I play customized world mode. That's great. You can sort of make it what you want. But the customization is not that big a deal. You can have a younger planet or older planet, more hills, more snow. I mean, that's really the only difference you get. You don't really get to customize much. But Earth, we all know the planet Earth. It's going to be Earth. I think that's a great way to start this game. So we'll do Earth. Alright, so once you get past how the Earth itself was created, which I don't get what the point of that is, because it all leads up to you're going to be the civilization to lead everything, congratulations, but yeah, it's a very long process. But we don't need all that. So, it has 5 difficulties, and this too would change as the civilizations go along. You're going to have a lot more than 5. Some games have 12 difficulties, 15, 10, 8. It goes all over the map, because so many people have differing skill levels with this game. Now, when I originally played, I was up to King level. I was able to win this game on King, but not always. Prince, I usually always won. Warlord and Chieftain, I usually did amazingly well because those are easier levels. Now, I haven't played this in about 20 years. I'm not going to say it's been since 1992. I definitely have played Civilization since then, but maybe 10 years have passed, maybe 5 years. It's been a while since I played the original Civilization, and I want to give you a fun playthrough. We're not going to play Chieftain. That's a little too easy. Warlord is a good level to see where we stand. And as we get to the later civilization, maybe I'll make it a little harder. I think Prince would probably be better, but I'm going to do Warlord just because when you haven't played in this in a while, you want to take it easy, have fun, but you don't want it super easy like Chieftain. You want it like one level above that. I think Warlord will fit our playstyle. So we're going to do Warlord and have fun playing this game. That's the idea. You're supposed to have fun playing the game. Now you can choose 7, 6, 5, 4, 3 civilizations. So you count as one of those civilizations, by the way. So you're picking how many opponents you want. So if you pick 7, you're going to have 6 opponents. If you pick 6, you have 5 opponents, etc. So I'm going to pick 6 civilizations. That means I will have 5 opponents. I think 7 is a little tedious. 6 or 5 is that magic number I like. 3 and 4 is a little too little. I played with 7 before, but sometimes it gets so hard finding all those cities. I think 6 is that sweet spot. Gives you room to expand and you can have fun with it. So, yep, 6 civilizations. That's what we're going to do. And now you have to pick your tribe. So these are all the civilizations in the original Civilization 1 on the Amiga. It changes with other versions. They like the Super Nintendo will have different versions. But this is the original set of what the original tribes of Civilization were. They were the Romans, Babylonians, Germans, Egyptians, Americans, Greek, Russians, Zulu, French, Aztec, Chinese, and English. That's right, all these. Now, because we're not playing on 7, we are missing some civilizations. So India, for instance, is no longer on the list, as you noticed. And the Mongols are gone too. So when you play less civilizations, they remove them. That's what happens. So I only picked 6, so now I only have 12 to choose from. See, that's how they do it. So the more you play, the more you get. So we lost 2 civilizations. We won't have India or Mongol to kick around here, but that's okay. I want to also stress that it is purely cosmetic. There is no real great difference in picking any of these civilizations. Later civilizations would fix it where the personalities match the leaders and match the history of the civilization you're picking. If they were warmongering, peaceful, if they were, smart, whatever. This one is purely cosmetic. This is all to pick a theme that you get and to pick the face that you want. But when you're playing as a civilization, this is just to get the city names and the location. That's it. Because you don't see yourself, but you'll hear your theme. Alright? So I just want to get that clear. That unfortunately Civilization 1 wasn't as forward-thinking as the other ones, but at least they got the right idea. They tried everything. Now, we're playing on Earth, so I don't really want to play the English. I'll be stuck on an island. Greek and Roman, they'll be all trapped together. Babylonian, too. So, if we want room to build, you pick either the Zulu or the Americans or the Chinese, because that way you're away from everything, alright? So, I'm going to go American. We are American here. God bless America. I love my country. Here we are. America, USA, USA. Ramsis Retro Reviews and Ramsis Retro Longplays are both American-based, so I am going to play as America. I will switch it up. I'll pick different civilizations. A lot of the time I pick Zulu because that is the best. You get all of Africa to build up, and then you can just keep sending your army into Europe. It's fun. But America, you got to build boats, and it gives you time to build up. The Aztec would be the only challenge if they're in South America, but that's random. You don't know if you're going to get the Aztec or not. So I'm going to go America. And I'm not going to be Abe Lincoln. Abe Lincoln is the default leader of the Americans. I will choose my name, Rim. This. There we go. So I will be the leader of this brand new civilization. Hurrah, I can't wait to try this out. So Ramses. There you go. You get Battle Heaven of the Republic as our music. And you get to start with a few things. Irrigation, mining, and roads, every single civilization starts with. Now, in higher difficulties, or is it lower difficulty? I can't remember. You'll often get some discoveries along with this, but every single civilization starts with irrigation, mining, and roads, and that's it. And then you have to build up everything else. So, we're level 2, this is all we get. There we go, we got Glory, Glory, Hallelujah! Which is cool, it's a nice American, like, war-like theme. And here we go! So our first move is, we're gonna go for that goody hut. You see that little hut there, standing right there? That's too tempting to resist. So we can either start right here, and I don't know where in America we are. We're in the United States, but I don't know where, it's hard to tell. That could be Gulf of Mexico, that could be Florida, that could be South Carolina, it's very hard to tell. But I'm gonna go for the goody hut, let's see what happens. And I'm going to go up left. Now, these goody huts are great. They give you rewards or a penalty. Now, the penalty is barbarians can show up and destroy you, and that's the end of a game, and I guess it was fun, and we'll see you later. But usually, you'll get money, you'll get troops that can join you, you'll get technology, or best of all, you can sometimes, and this is the least likely to happen, you can get a city for free because you found an advanced tribe. So you never know what you're going to get. It is kind of like a lottery thing, but you do want to go for these. The rewards definitely outweigh the consequences. So here we go, up left. And we got money. All right, so right off the bat, we made some money. And now, since we wasted a turn, I am going to build here. And we're going to make our capital right here. The capital, of course, would be Washington, but we're Retro Reviews, Vespers Retro Reviews. We're going to name our cities after things based on Vespers Retro Reviews. Yes, so we're going to name things after. So the first city should be Retro Reviews because, hey, that's what our channel's called, right? Vespers Retro Reviews. We're going to name it that. And then you get a nice little thing. In later games, you'll get sounds, you'll get music, you'll get yay. In this game, it's quiet. They just didn't have the ability to have music going all over the place in the older versions, so you just get a little scene like that. And then it fast forwards to your town. Look at that. Retro Reviews. A lot of TPs. You get the year. And then there you go. This is our first screen you get. Now, this city's not bad. We have 2 food, 2 shields, 2 trade, a science, and money. So, yeah, this is actually, it's a good thing we did move. This is a better location than down here. Look at that. We have the river. We have all this grassland. And then we have these super grasslands. Ones with the circles or the plains. Now, you go to change to see what do you want to build. When you first start, this is all you get. Settlers. That's pretty much what we use to build the city, and they'll also work the land, but you use food in your resources when you do that. Militia, that is the first warrior you get. Every city comes with militia, and you can see they have an attack of 1 and a defense of 1 and movement 1. They're as weak as you can get, but vital because we all start on the same plane. We all need militia. And barracks, they will improve your units by giving them veteran status, which makes them stronger. So militia is the way to go when you're starting the game. And that's it. Just like that, our turn is over. Now, since we just got $50, I'm going to actually make a change here. The tax rate. So when you click on tax rate, you can see, oh, this is how much you're making off of the taxes. And when you give money to taxes, you take away from science. Science is how you get technology. Well, right now we have $51. I think we're doing well. I think we're going to go to 70% science and 30% tax. That way we can just break even here. And we will make some money on our science. I mean, put some of our rate into science, and that'll help hopefully get faster advances. Let's see. Yeah, and there you go. We can already make our first advance. Now, there's a map that comes with every version of Civilization, and it'll show you the exact tech tree. If you get this, it leads to this, and you get this, and it leads to this. And it's great how they did this because you really feel like you're working through time. Like, oh, we have to start with this, and that'll lead to this, and if we have this, it'll go, you know, it's like everything connects to everything. So I'm going to start with alphabet because that's the first thing on the list here, and it connects to so many other things. And right now, we're alone in the U.S. I don't think we have any problem here. Where if we were in Europe, I would say go bronze working because that's for defense. I think alphabet is the way to go because that's going to open up a lot of the things in this tree here. So there we go. And then we're going to enter. Enter. Now, before I enter again, let's show you what options there are in the game. You can instant advice. That'll be every single time you do something, it'll give you some tips. Autosave, we don't need. We're going to save on our own. End of turn, that's pretty much this. No matter what, this screen will come up. And I think I will turn that on. That keeps us honest in case you want to do things. You have to push end before you end the turn. Otherwise, it'll be automatic. Animations we want, sound we want, enemy moves we want, Philopedia, text we want, and palettes we want, and we'll find out what all that is later. And now next, we want to save the game, alright? Because believe it or not, you can lose your game if you don't save it. So it's a good idea to always save it. And I already had a test file to make sure the game was working. So you go down one, and there we go. And now a floppy disk is in the drive. That's how it's saving. So yeah, you really needed a lot of floppy disking again. You needed blank. You needed the 4 disc to play it. You had to keep juggling. So thank goodness someone put this on the CD because that solves a lot of the problems. But yeah, you can imagine what a hog it was to play back then. But it was great. It's all we knew. Sometimes when you only know, you don't realize what you don't have, you know? So let's end the turn. You can either click on the screen itself. All right, so we have our first unit. Oh, as I was saying, you can either click on the screen itself where it says end or push enter. Those are the two ways. So now we're going to go back into the city by double-clicking on the city. There we go. Then change. Now we can still only build militia, settlers, or barracks. I'm going to build another militia because I'm going to have this militia explore, and then the next militia will be our defense to the city. So you use the numpad here to move. So I pushed number 1, and it moved bottom left. So you know the numpad on the keyboard? Whatever number you push, that's the direction. Like say you were the 5 was you in the middle. You push all the numbers around the 5, and that's the direction you will move. So let's see what's around our city, because we want to start building around it. We're eventually going to get settlers too. And this is what the early stages of civilization's like. The game, at least. You're just exploring the land. You're seeing what you got here. Now, we know we're in North America, but the map is so weird, it's hard to tell. So now this militia, we are going to put on defense. But look at the food. We're about to expand, so now's a good time to build settlers. Even though it says 40, it'll be alright, because we're going to get another settler join. I mean, we're going to get another population, and that'll make up for a lot. So let's make sure that's as good as it gets. Yep, that's as good as it gets. And you know why one shield's being used? That shield is being used to house this guy. But it's important. We gotta do it. So fortify. And there you go. You get Battle of the Republic again, and you get this funny picture where you can see very clearly they built his head separately. That's Sid Meier, by the way, on top of this guy wearing a toga. So they just like popped a tiny head on it. It's kind of funny. But yes, Sid Meier's showing you what we got. So you get a picture of what you got. The Americans just discover alphabet, and then you get a whole description of what this advance is. I mean, look at all this. But this is why we got it. Code of laws, map making, mathematics, once we get masonry, and writing. Alphabet leads to all this, and that's why you want it. So now look at all the stuff we can build. We can get code of laws, map making, masonry, writing, ceremony, burial, horseback, the wheel, and pottery. Now, if I go pottery, that'll give us granaries so we can build faster. That might not be a bad idea. Wheel, we can get the chariots. That's a great unit to have early in the game. Map making boats, we're not ready for that yet. Masonry and writing we both want. That's great. That's temples. I think we're going to go with masonry, because that'll lead to more advances. There you go. Oh, there's another goodie hut. So are we going to go for it? You better believe we're going to. Push up right. And we got... There you go. See, remember when I told you you can get lucky and you can get a free city? We just got a free city for going onto that hut. So this is great because building cities is a lot of work, time, and effort. You got to build settlers, and then you got to get them all the way to a location. This is a freebie. This is actually a big deal when this happens. So we don't want to call it New York. That would be the second city in the American civilization. Again, we're going to name it after stuff from our show. Now, our fearless leader, the boss of Vesper's Retro Reviews, is Vesper. So we're going to name our second city after him, Vesper City. See, sometimes the keys are delayed on Amiga, and that's true of old Amiga and every other way you play it. The keys are a little delayed, but it works. Vesper City. There we go. Vesper City, founded in 3740. So our second city now. This is great. There it is. We don't even have teepees in this one. We just have little huts. That's cool. All right, so now it's probably gonna be the same deal again because we don't have anything else. Yeah, it's gonna be militia. That's it. Now we're going to save again, and then we're going to call it quits here. We're going to leave it at that. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. This has been a blast. I'm already having so much fun. All the memories are coming back. It feels like I'm a little kid again. I love the first Civilization. A lot of people are like, oh, this one sucks. I mean, the second's my favorite. I will be honest. The second's where I was like, oh my god, this is the greatest thing ever. But the first one, like, how can you not like the first? This is where it all started. This is history right here. This is just a blast, and it's amazing what they were able to do on these old school systems. It is so much fun. So, yep, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell if you like what you see. Comments always appreciated and welcome. I hope to hear from all of you. Join us on Vesper's Retro Reviews, our main channel that this is spun off from. We hope to see you there. And I'll be back for the next episode of Civilization on the Amiga, Warlord as the Americans. I can't wait to see how this all turns out. I'm already having a blast. Hopefully you guys are too. And yeah, I'll see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.